Our mine development team has made significant platinum discoveries in Mexico, whereas these discoveries have opened doors of opportunity to an abundant flow of wealth. Knowing it's going to take a lot of time and money to develop most of these discoveries, we started looking for a faster and cheaper way. What we found was amazing. We found a way to build a small processing operation that can earn profits within months and grow into earning over $10 million per year within a few years. However, to accomplish this, we need to make plant upgrades and we need some funding. Hello, I'm Sandy Walter of the 1027 Processing Company, SADCV, a Mexico company, and we're united with Southern Piedmont Materials, LLC, a U.S. company, to complete what we call a Kingdom of God mission, one that includes establishing mine projects in Mexico, in the state of Alabama, and in Africa. My son, Dusty, and I currently head up the Mexico operation. Our company has completed years of exploration work in Mexico along with some process development work. Recently, we made a series of major platinum discoveries in Mexico, ones that can bring in hundreds of billions of dollars in profits to miners, mine contractors, and mine owners if these discoveries are properly developed. Most of our platinum discoveries were made in the Sierra Madre Mountains, made in places that have no roads and must be accessed by foot or by mule or by donkey. We recovered samples from potential mine sites with the use of donkeys. The places we've been working in are some of the most beautiful places on this earth, and we've been greatly blessed to be able to work in such settings. Our platinum discoveries are game-changing discoveries, ones that will have major impacts on the lives of many people. So we've been looking for ways to fast-track the process and usher in first profits, enough to create a first financial impact. While looking for this special opportunity, we located certain copper concentrates that have gold and silver in them. What makes these concentrates special is hidden within them are significant amounts of platinum and other PGMs, also known as platinum group metals. These hidden values do not reveal themselves without special process and without correct assaying methods. On the projects we worked on, the hidden values, the platinum and other PGMs, are worth much more than the known values. Therefore, even a small processing plant that can recover these values can earn massive amounts of profits, and this illustrates the value of our platinum discoveries. So, where do these concentrates come from? That's our secret. But in general, these concentrates originate in certain copper mines that are located within the northwest region of Mexico. At these locations, copper-rich ore is dug out of the ground and then hauled to a processing plant near to the mine that produces a concentrate, which is for sale. These concentrates are then sold to someone able to process them. It can take 30 tons or more of ore to produce 1 ton of concentrate. So, while we're looking at processing concentrates instead of opening up a mine operation, well, it saves us time, saves us millions of dollars. It is a faster way to profits. Processing concentrates is more profitable than mining. Finding the mine or processing operation that is producing and selling the type of concentrates we want saves us from having to invest the time and money it takes to open up a mine processing operation. Instead, our investment is in the plant that processes the concentrates produced by these mine operations, thus saving us millions of dollars and years of mine development work. The key to making this work is to locate concentrates that have the type of values we're interested in. We've already located several concentrate producers that have tremendous copper and precious metals values in their product, and these producers desire to sell us their concentrates. Next question. How do we process concentrates? First, we purchase the right concentrates. Now, this is extremely important. Next, pre-treat the concentrates with the correct pre-treatment process. Very important also. Then we smelt the concentrates to produce copper anodes. Next, sell our copper anodes to the right refiner. After we purchase the right concentrates, We put them through a certain pretreatment process with the purpose of producing a copper smelted product called copper anode. Our objective is to prepare the concentrates with process and then with smelting use the copper in the concentrates to collect the precious metals such as gold, silver, platinum, and PGMs. Once the copper anodes are produced, we assay them to determine their value. These anodes consist of around 95% copper and 5% other metals, whereas the other metals could include gold, silver, platinum, rhodium, and iridium. We're currently working with samples from 3 different concentrations, and we've issued a report concerning these concentrates. The data from this report shows that the 5%, the other metals, including the precious metals, are worth many times more than the copper, the 95%. A main issue is that none, not one, of these concentrates producers are aware of the platinum within their concentrates, whereas the value of the platinum and platinum group metals can make up 60% or more of the total value of the copper anode that we produce when right process is used. The key here is the right processing, something we've been developing. Therefore, recovering platinum in PGMs turns what is a profit-producing business into a super profitable business, one that will bless the lives of many, including the concentrate producers and all the concentrate suppliers. Another important point here is that with us recovering hidden values and with us sharing part of the hidden value profits with the concentrate producers, we become in high demand and become the person these producers prefer to sell with. Therefore, we can cherry pick the concentrates we purchase. The important issue is to produce a copper anode that collects all known values plus platinum and PGMs. Then, after that copper anode has been produced, it is sold to a refiner who pays us a percentage of the assay value of the anode based on current spot prices. That percentage is also based on how much time and money it will take to refine the anode. With the refining process, the metals are separated and purified. Next question. Have we conducted studies on targeted concentrates? Yes. Much work has been done within our Eureka pilot plant and laboratory. First, we located 3 highly valuable concentrates that we can purchase. Second, we studied these samples in detail. Third, we developed preferred processes that can collect both the known and hidden values. Fourth, with smelting, we successfully collected both the known and part of the hidden values of the concentrates. Fifth, our end product for this study was copper bars, which is a perfect representation of the copper anodes that will be produced in a future plant setting. Sixth, we assayed these copper bars and then made our first projections. Now let's look at the following video clips to get some understanding of what we've been doing with our studies.
What we have here is very important. It represents a significant discovery. We've taken ore samples and other samples and we put it through a process where we have crushed the materials, we have milled the materials twice, and then we concentrated them. And from that concentrate, we produced a smelted product. Here is some smelted copper. We have a few of the bars that we smelted here. In each of these bars, copper was used as a collector to collect the precious metals. In this bar is gold, silver, platinum, iridium, and some rhodium. Each one of these bars contain those materials. And if you produce a ton of this bar, it can be worth as much as $75,000 a ton. This is part of the proof we have that we've made a major discovery in the northwest region of Mexico.
This is a smelted piece of copper where the copper was used to collect platinum.
Correct.
This is a huge assay. This is 23,046 parts per million, or 23,046 grams of platinum per ton. That's huge.
Or 2.3%. So let's look and see what's in that one.
Okay.
And that's sample number 3.
Wow, that is 58,591 parts per million. That is a lot of money, Dad.
Now let's consider how much profits can be earned from processing concentrates. Now this is a good question. To answer this question, let's look at the work done on samples coming from 2 different suppliers. The figures we're presenting are in US dollars, and they're based on assays of copper bars produced within our Eureka facility. In addition, these figures are based on April the 23rd, 2024 spot prices. We do have a written report that shows more of what's been done. That report is confidential and will only be shared after some vetting. Also, it's important to know that more metallurgical work and other studies will be done before designing and building a first processing plant. Therefore, the following projections are based on our current studies and current assays, but will be revised as more work is done. Let's first look at the assay value of sample S1-03. In this sample, it takes 5.4 tons of concentrates to produce 1 ton of copper anode. The values shown here illustrate the potential value of that anode. First, copper, 95% times $9,740 per metric ton comes to $9,253 per ton. Next, gold, 58 grams per ton at $74.67 per gram comes to $4,331 per ton. Silver, 581 grams per ton at $0.875 per gram comes to $508 per ton. Platinum, 1,760 grams per ton at $29.26 per gram comes to $51,498 per ton. Now that's one of the hidden values. Next, rhodium. 10 grams per ton times $143.87 per gram comes to $1,439 per ton. The total estimated assay value of 1 ton of copper anode is $67,029 per ton. Now, the estimated cost of purchasing and processing 1 ton of copper anode is $7,376 per ton. That's something you discover when you read our report. The estimated profit in 1 ton of copper anode is $59,653 per ton. Now, this $59,653 is the assay value of 1 ton of copper anode coming from sample S103. That's after the cost of producing that ton. This is a lot of money. Now multiply that by 10 tons of anode per week and see what that becomes. However, it would take more metallurgical studies to learn how much of this $596,530 can be recovered from 10 tons with refining, as it is unrealistic to expect a refiner to recover all these values, yet most can be recovered. Even if you were to drastically discount the estimated profits and what percentage of those profits we receive, we're looking at building a $10 million per year in profit operation, doing so with some ease and with a small processing operation. This is because our platinum discoveries are major discoveries designed to bring us and others great wealth. Now let's look at our second example, the assay value of sample T303. In this sample, it takes 3.11 tons of concentrates to produce 1 ton of anode. The values here illustrate the potential value of that anode. First, copper. 95% at $9,740 per metric ton comes to $9,253 per ton. Gold, 475 grams per ton at $74.67 per gram comes to $35,468 per ton. Silver, 2,063 grams per ton at $0.875 per gram comes to $1,805 per ton. Next, platinum. 1,139 grams per ton times $29.26 per gram comes to $33,327 per ton. Rhodium, 14 grams per ton at $143.87 per gram comes to $2,014 per ton. The total estimated assay value of 1 ton of copper anode is $81,867 per ton. Now, the estimated cost of purchasing and processing 1 ton of copper anode is $8,406 per ton. This leaves us with an estimated profit in 1 ton of copper anode, $73,461 per ton. Again, let me say, this $73,461 is the assay value of 1 ton of copper anode coming from sample T303. That's after the cost of producing that ton. So, who shares in the profits? Well, the profits from such an operation would be shared by those that had a hand in producing them. 1, the concentrate producer. We could keep our platinum discovery secret from this producer and not share anything with him. But we believe in fairness, and as such we plan to deal fairly and give this producer a reasonable share of the profits once they're earned, doing so as a production bonus. Doing this will enable us to cherry pick and locate the best concentrates, whereas concentrate producers will want to make a deal with us because they make more money with us and because we're interested in doing things correctly and being fair. 2, we would get a large share of the profits. We'll do this because of our discoveries, because of our processes, and because of our ability to produce high valuable copper anodes where the copper collects the gold, silver, platinum, and platinum group metals. 3, the refiner would get a significant share of the profits. This refiners do this for the work of separating and purifying the copper and other precious metals. In conclusion, let me say, we've invested a lot of time, effort, and money to get to this point. Now we need project funding to go forward, as there's still a lot of work to be done, including metallurgical, chemical, pilot plant, and market studies. Then there's the upgrading of our existing plant to become a first CSW plant. With this presentation, we set out to illustrate the magnitude of our discoveries and illustrate how we can build a small processing plant that can earn profits within months and grow that to earning over $10 million per year within a few years. Hopefully we've done this. However, we have written reports that show more detail and assay data. So for more information as to how you can share in these profits, contact us by email at 1027processingco@gmail.com. That's 1027processingco@gmail.com.
Wow, that is 58,591 parts per million. That is a lot of money, Dad.